Right. So let's start with Maven. So what is Maven? So firstly, if you want to tell in theoretical terms, Maven is a software project management. Okay, so the project what you're working on. So Maven can take care of few things in managing that project. Okay, so we will learn what are those things Maven take care in building the robust framework. Okay, so project in the sense it could be the framework or it could be some development code or it could be test cases or anything. So whatever the technical project you have, so Maven can be used to maintain and manage that project. And also it can act as a build management tool for your frameworks. Okay, so when you have your Java frameworks, so here Java frameworks in the sense not a Java development code. So it's that also. Okay, it's not only restricted to the Java development code. It could be anything where we write our code in Java. Now for example, Selenium. Selenium we are writing in Java language, right? So Selenium framework is nothing but Java framework only. So the API what we are introducing into that Java framework is Selenium. But on high level, we will still say as that Java framework only. And at the same time, Appium. So when you are working with mobile automation Appium, so the test cases you write in Appium language, I mean with Appium API is Java only again. So still you can, when you develop some Appium framework, it's high level we will still say as Java framework. In the same way, REST assured API. So when you are doing API automation, you do REST assured APIs, which is nothing but Java again. So basically when you develop all, maybe a mobile framework, maybe a API framework or web Selenium framework, so overall that would be treated as Java framework only. And this Maven helps as a build management tool for all these frameworks for Selenium, REST assured API and Appium. So if you have any other code which is written in Java, you can still use Maven comfortably as a management tool as well as managing your framework. Right. So this is high level in technical when someone asks you about Maven. But how? How does Maven do all this and why Maven? So these are the questions we get in our mind. So rather than showing you a few tons of lines explaining the Maven, I put very short and crisp and direct to the point, 4 bullet points, which exactly tells about what is Maven. So first thing, central repository to get dependencies. So first let's understand what do we mean by central repository. Let's go to their official site, mavenrepository.com. Okay, so Maven have its own repository website. So basically here you will get jars of all the Java projects. Not only Java, you will also get some Python or whatever, which software you feel that it is an important and it is the most famous in the market. That software jars and libraries are available in this repository. So the website itself says MVN stands for Maven repository. So basically now I'll give you one user context and let's try to understand the importance of this Maven repository from that. Okay, now for example, let me go back to our document. You have basically written a framework and you have imported all the jars. Maybe right click and you have used configuring build jars. You know, right, how to configure jars for your project using Eclipse. If it is Selenium, you will do Selenium jars. If it is mobile, Appium. If it is API, you need to go Java build paths and you have to put all your jars here to support the code what you are writing. So there are at least, let's assume there are 40 people working in a project. So you have developed a base framework and now you want to share that framework to another guy. Okay, so how do you give? You just share that project in a mail with a zip format or with a shared folder. But once he take that project into his own local, he have to do this step again, because you cannot send the jars and location as well, right? So these are your local configuration. You cannot send this local paths. If you send this framework to him, the C users Rahul will not work in his machine. Okay, his name might be different. So these jars will not be a valid if that code is dumped into another system. There he have to again set up these jars on his own. So if 50 people are sharing the project, these 50 people have to come here and set up their own jars. Okay, and if you miss any jar, it won't work. We know that. And tomorrow, one version is outdated or one version is having some problems. So you want to update that. At that time, you have to again go and delete all the jars and update again with the new jars. Okay, so those won't it look like some tedious task every time taking the project, configuring the jars, and when version changes, you have to update again, delete everything. So basically, when multiple people are working on it, so this is not a good practice of doing that. And hard coding the jars in the project is also not good practice. Okay, so till now for practice we have done, but when you are entering into framework zone in a real-time world, when they are developing a framework, they will just not hard code the jars like this for a project. So if we don't hard code the jars, then how would our code know where exactly our jars are lying? So here where Maven comes into picture. So Maven have their website called mavenrepository.com. So everyone who developed the software, so will host their jars in their official website, right? Now, for example, if you want to go Selenium, if you go to Selenium official website, you will get the jars. If you want to do API testing, if you go to their official website, they'll give the jars. So these guys will not only post the jars in their official website, but they will also come to this Maven repository and post it here as well. Okay, so whatever the jars or whatever the software you want, all those will be available in this website as well. Okay, so whenever you build your project with Maven configurations, you need not provide any jars for your project. So automatically Maven project which you have built will connect to this website and look for the jars what you are trying to need for this project and download them and place it in your project build path. Okay, all this work Maven takes care. So that is why we say this as a project management. Okay, it's a management tool. Now you might get doubt, how come, for example, now I want Selenium jars, web jars in my project. Okay, so you might get doubt saying that how would my project know that if I want Selenium jars or if I want Appium jars? Okay, so let us see. I'll just go and type Selenium inside it. Let's search for Selenium jars. You see that Selenium Java. So click on this and these are different versions. So 3.6, you have all the versions. So there are many jar versions hosted in this website. So how would you get exact version what your project is looking for? For that, there is a 4 lines of code which you want to give in your project. For example, for 3.6 version, yeah, these are the dependencies. Group ID, artifact ID, version. You have to pass this XML tag, 4 lines of information into your Maven project. So where to pass those, all that we will see in our next topics. So if you pass this information, Maven reads this data and comes here and identifies this jar uniquely with the address provided. Okay, so these guys are saying this is the address to find it uniquely. So we will simply use this data in our Maven project. And when we run the test, automatically Maven finds this and then come to this site and then download all the jars required for testing and place in build path. So all this work will done by Maven on the behalf of us. So you can avoid adding the jars, and if you can share with this project with multiple people and everyone who runs the project, so Maven will take care of that each and every mission. So they need not worry about the jars. And now tomorrow someone told that hey, 3.6 version is not good, go and download 2.1. So in that case you need not go again and replace everything, just change the number to 2.1.0 and save your test and run. That's all. As the address changed, it will go back and it finds the 2.1 version wherever it have, and then it gives that specific jars. Okay, so this is how you can skip with the help of Maven repository. So that is the first point, which I can say that central repository to get all the dependencies. Okay, so in our next lecture, let's try to understand what is maintaining common structure and flexibility in integrating and plugins. So with these three information, you will understand how powerful Maven is in building the Java framework projects. Okay, see you in the next lecture. Thank you.